English Learning Podcast.
From Easy English with Class.
Welcome back to the Deep Dive. It is great to have you with us again.
Great to be here.
Today, we are opening up a file that honestly might be the single biggest source of frustration for anyone trying to move from, textbook English to real-world English.
Oh, for sure. It's a huge hurdle.
We're looking at a word with just 3 letters, G-E-T.
Okay.
It appears in almost every conversation you will ever hear, and yet it is an absolute chameleon.
It really is a shapeshifter. It looks so innocent on the page, doesn't it?
So simple.
Simple, monosyllabic. But when you actually start analyzing native speech, or even just listening to a movie, you realize this tiny word is doing about, 80% of the heavy lifting.
It's the engine.
It's the engine under the hood of casual English.
Exactly. We're talking about get. And the reason we decided to dedicate a full deep dive to this is because of a specific phenomenon we found in the research called the cold hook.
The cold hook.
Yeah.
I like that name.
You know this feeling, right? You've studied your vocabulary list, you feel confident, you walk into a room and boom, you get hit with a barrage.
Right. Suddenly you hear, I got an email, followed immediately by, I'm getting tired.
And then someone asks, how did you get here?
And then someone else says, I don't get it.
And if you were sitting there trying to translate that word for word in your head,
Your brain just short circuits. It's impossible.
it completely melts down.
You can't process it linearly.
It explodes. Because in that 30-second exchange, get meant receive, become, arrive, and understand. 4 completely different definitions.
For the exact same sound.
Yeah.
Precisely. And that is the trap.
So that's our mission today.
The mission for this deep dive is to decode this word. But we aren't just trying to expand your vocabulary here.
No, it's more than that.
The goal is much more specific. We want to give you the shortcut to sounding natural. We want to stop that translation wheel in your head from spinning so you can just get it.
I see what you did there. I was waiting for that one.
I couldn't help myself. But it's true. That is the goal. Automaticity.
So let's unpack this. In the research, there's this great analogy of the Swiss Army knife.
Yes.
I think this is crucial because a lot of learners, and even some teachers, look at get as a lazy word. You hear that criticism a lot, don't you?
All the time.
Yeah.
That English speakers are just too lazy to use precise verbs.
Yeah.
It's a very common misconception. I've heard linguists argue about this for years. But if you look at the mechanics of it, get isn't lazy, it's hyper-efficient.
That's where the Swiss Army knife visual comes in.
Exactly. Think about a pocket knife.
Yeah.
You have one handle, that's the word get.
Okay.
But inside that handle, you have a blade, a screwdriver, a corkscrew, maybe a pair of scissors.
Right. They all look different when you fold them out. They do completely different jobs, but they are all attached to the same casing.
Precisely. So instead of carrying around a heavy toolbox with a hammer labeled receive,
And a wrench labeled arrive.
and a saw labeled become, native speakers just carry this one pocket knife. It's lighter, it's faster, and it works in almost every situation.
It's about flow.
It creates a conversational flow that using 4 different, more formal verbs would actually disrupt. It would sound clunky.
That is such a helpful visual, but that same efficiency, that's what creates the friction for the learner, isn't it?
Massive friction.
Because they don't know which tool is being pulled out.
Exactly. Because the human brain, especially the adult brain learning a second language, craves a one-to-one correlation. It wants apple to equal palm or manzana.
It wants a simple equation.
A simple, clean equation. It wants get to equal receive, period.
Right. You learn that in your first week of English class. The teacher writes it on the board, says get means to take or receive, and you lock that in.
You lock it in. It becomes your default setting. It's burned into your memory.
And then what happens?
Then, 2 weeks later, you hear someone say, I got angry. And your internal translator fires up and says,
I received angry.
I received angry.
Like someone mailed you a package full of rage.
Right. And that makes no sense. So your brain stutters.
Yeah.
You hesitate.
Yeah.
And that hesitation is the enemy of fluency.
So what's the solution?
The core premise for our discussion today is that we need to stop translating and start mapping patterns.
Pattern recognition.
Exactly. We are going to simplify this massive, complex web of definitions into just 4 core pillars.
Just 4, because when I look at the dictionary, get has something like 50 definitions. It goes on for pages and pages.
The dictionary is overwhelming. It's not a practical tool for learning to speak. It lists every single nuance.
Okay.
But functionally, in spoken English, if you master these 4 pillars, plus a handful of what we'll call bonus tools, the phrasal verbs, you cover the vast majority of everyday usage.
So, like 90% of the time?
I would say so, yeah. You can navigate 90% of conversations just with this map.
Okay, that sounds much more manageable. 4 pillars. Let's lay out the map. What is the big idea here?
The big idea is that the meaning of get is almost entirely determined by its neighbor,
Its neighbor.
the word that comes right after it. The context is everything.
So the clues are built into the sentence.
They are. The structure creates the meaning. So let's walk through them. Category 1 is receive or obtain.
Okay.
The pattern here is get plus a thing, a noun.
Can you give us some concrete examples of that?
Sure. Get a coffee, get an email, get a job. In every single one of those, get is followed by an object, a noun.
A thing you can hold or a concept you can possess?
Exactly. Pattern 1, get plus thing equals receive.
Simple enough. What's category 2?
Category 2 is become or change of state. This is where it gets really interesting. We'll dive deep into this later because it's where the language really comes alive.
And the pattern for this one?
The pattern is get plus an adjective.
So, get tired. Tired is an adjective.
Get tired, get nervous, get better. You are describing a change from one state to another.
Got it. Okay, that's clear. Category 3.
Category 3 is arrive or reach. The pattern here usually involves, a place.
Like, get to work.
Get to work, get home, get there.
Okay, movement. And the final one, category 4.
Category 4 is understand. And this one usually fits the very specific pattern. Get it or get that.
Ah, I get it now.
Exactly. I get it. Or a question like, did you get that?
It's fascinating when you lay it out like that. The structure, the word following get is the real clue.
It's the decoder key.
So if I see a noun, I should think receive. If I see an adjective, I should think become.
That's the no translation shortcut. And this is crucial for anyone listening who feels stuck translating in their head.
The spinning wheel of death in your brain.
Right. We've actually developed a 3-question shortcut based on this research to help you process this in real time in a conversation.
Let's break that down. This is the practical tool for our listeners. How does the 3-question shortcut work?
Okay, so imagine you hear a sentence with get. Instead of scrambling for a definition, run this quick diagnostic in your head. Question 1. Is it a thing being received? A noun.
Okay.
If the answer is yes, the meaning is obtain. You're done.
And if the answer is no?
Then you ask question 2. Is it describing a change in condition or emotion? Is there an adjective involved?
Right.
If yes, the meaning is become.
And if that still doesn't fit?
Then you go to question 3. Is it about movement to a place? If yes, the meaning is arrive.
Okay, so what about the last one? Understand.
That's what we call the leftover rule. If it doesn't fit the first 3, and the phrase is something like get it, it almost certainly means understand.
That is so much faster than trying to cycle through a dictionary in your brain.
It is. It's like triage for language.
You're not translating, you're just categorizing.
And once you categorize, the meaning reveals itself. It removes the friction.
So let's dive deep into these categories. I want to really explore the nuance here, because knowing the definition is one thing.
But using it like a native speaker, that's the real goal.
Exactly. Let's start with meaning 1, the transactional get, receive, and obtain.
Right. So this is the everyday receive. Now, if you are writing a formal business letter, you might write, I receive your correspondence.
Very formal.
Perfectly correct. It's polite, it's distant, it's professional. But in casual speech, receive can sound, well, stiff.
It sounds robotic. If
Yeah.
I turned to my friend at a bar and said, I received a text message from my mother, they would look at me like I was an alien.
Or a Victorian aristocrat.
Yeah.
It creates distance.
Yeah.
Native speakers use get to close that distance. You would just say, I got a text. It replaces receive in almost all casual contexts.
For communication, for sure.
Get a call,
Yeah.
get an email, get a message. It's the default.
And it's not just communication, right? It's also for opportunities.
Yes, absolutely. Get a job, get a chance, get help. In these cases, you're obtaining something a bit more abstract, but the pattern holds.
They're all nouns.
Job, chance, help. These are nouns. Get plus thing equals obtain.
Now, here is where it gets really interesting for me, specifically regarding American English. The source material highlights the ordering context.
Yes. The coffee shop scenario. This trips up a lot of learners who were taught, say, British English or a very traditional grammar.
Right. If you go into a Starbucks in New York or LA, you hear everyone saying, "Can I get a tall latte?"
Everyone.
Whereas in other parts of the world, or in strictly textbook English, you're taught to say, "Can I have?" or "May I have?"
Right. And can I get is extremely common in North American usage. Now, I have heard some stricter prescriptivists argue that it sounds demanding.
Like, "Go get this for me."
Exactly. But in the actual flow of commerce in the U.S., it's not considered rude at all. It's the standard.
So what's the logic there?
Can I get a coffee?
Yeah.
Implies the entire action of obtaining the goods. It's about the transaction.
It's active. It's like saying, "Can I complete this transaction and walk away with a coffee?"
Exactly. It's efficient. It's
Yeah.
not about politeness versus rudeness. It's about the flow. And speaking of efficiency, let's look at the source story in our notes.
The micro story.
There's a great little line that illustrates this density. This morning, I got a text from my boss. Then I got some good news.
It flows so well. If you tried to formalize that, "I received a text and then I received news," it's just too heavy for a casual story. It sounds awful.
It's clunky. It keeps the conversation light and moving forward. It pushes the narrative along.
Okay, let's pivot to the second pillar. This is the one that I think trips people up the most because it deals with emotions and states of being, meaning to, become, and change of state.
This is dynamic. That's the key word here, dynamic. The verb to be, like in I am tired, is static. It's a snapshot.
It's my current state.
Right. It describes the state you are in right now. Get describes the movie. It describes the process of reaching that state.
Oh, that's a great way to put it. So if I say I am tired, it means I'm yawning right now, but I am getting tired
It means the energy is draining out of you. You are in the transition zone.
I'm on my way to being tired.
You aren't asleep yet, but you aren't fully awake either. You are sliding toward tired. That distinction is subtle but huge.
It adds so much color to the description.
It's massive, and we use it for everything emotional. Getting angry, getting stressed, getting nervous.
He got angry. That implies a snap, right? A change.
Yes, it marks the event. At 2:01 p.m., he was calm. At 2:01 p.m., he got angry. It pinpoints the moment the emotion changed.
Whereas if you just said he was angry, we don't know when it started.
Exactly. He got angry. It tells us the story of the change.
And it applies to the environment, too, not just people.
Sure. It's getting dark. It's getting cold.
We're watching the sun go down. We are feeling the temperature drop.
It's active. It puts the listener in the moment of change with you.
We also have these fixed phrases that fit here, like getting ready and getting dressed. I feel like learners memorize these without realizing they fit this change of state pattern.
They absolutely fit. Think about getting dressed. You are changing your state from undressed or in pajamas to clothed.
Right, from one state to another.
It is. You can't really translate this easily. I am becoming dressed sounds absurd.
It sounds like a nature documentary.
And I am dressing myself is grammatically correct, but rare in casual speech. I'm getting dressed is the standard phrase.
Now, I want to double-click on one specific phrase in this category that the source material highlights as a power sentence.
Oh, I know which one you mean.
The phrase is, get used to.
This is such a high-level concept disguised as simple vocabulary.
Yeah.
To get used to something means to adapt. It implies a process of normalization over time.
So if I say, I'm getting used to my new schedule.
Right. Think about what that conveys to the listener. It says the schedule was hard at first. It is still a little new, but I am in the process of making it normal. I am adapting.
It packs a lot of psychological context into 3 little words.
So much. And for a learner, saying, I am getting used to speaking English is such a confident way to describe their journey.
It really is. It acknowledges the struggle, but focuses on the adaptation.
It's a very positive framing. It's much better than saying, I am trying to learn, I am getting used to it. Implies you are already in the environment and you are winning the battle.
I love that. It's a mindset shift. Okay, moving on to our third pillar. We've done receive, we've done become. Now let's talk about movement.
Right.
Meaning 3, arrival, and commuting.
This is all about practicality.
Yeah.
Get is the commuter's verb.
We don't usually say arrive in casual conversation, do we? If I text my partner, I arrived home at 6.
Sounds like you're writing a police report.
Yeah.
The suspect arrived home at precisely 6 o'clock.
Or like a very old novel.
In real life, you just say, I got home at 6.
The pattern here is usually get to plus a place. Get to work, get to the airport, get to the restaurant.
Correct. But notice the big exception there. Get home.
No to.
No to.
Yeah.
And this confuses people. Why get to the bank, but just get home?
So what's the rule?
It's because home acts as a special adverb of place here. You don't go to home, you just go home.
Right.
So you get home. But for almost any other specific destination, the bank, the store, the office, you get to it.
And we also have get back.
When did you get back? Meaning, when did you return? Again, much faster than saying, when did you return?
It feels less interrogative.
Yeah, and more conversational.
Now, we have to talk about the transport preposition rule. This is a nightmare for some people.
Get in versus get on.
I hear advanced speakers mix this up all the time. It feels so arbitrary. Why in a car but on a bus?
Okay, so it feels arbitrary, but there is a logic to it. It's not just English being difficult for the sake of it.
Please, give us a logic.
It usually comes down to the ability to walk. We call it the platform rule.
Platform rule.
If the vehicle is large enough that you can walk onto it, like it's a platform, and stand up inside it, you use on.
Ah.
Think of a bus, a train, a plane, or a ship. You walk down an aisle, so you get on the bus.
Okay. And if I have to crouch down and slide into a seat, like in my car?
Then you get in. You get in a car. You get in a taxi. You get in a truck. You're entering a small, enclosed container.
That makes so much sense. So get in the car and then get out of the car.
Right. But get on the bus and get off the bus.
The preposition changes the exit verb, too.
Exactly. In goes with out. On goes with off.
That is a lifesaver rule.
Sure.
Walkability determines the preposition.
It works 99% of the time. Now, there are always weird exceptions in English, like get on a bike or get on a horse, which are more about straddling something. But for vehicles, the walkie rule will save you most of the time.
Fantastic. Okay, let's hit the fourth and final pillar, the cognitive get.
Right. Understanding.
This is the shortest pattern,
Yeah.
but as you said, it's maybe the most important for what you called social lubrication.
Yes. The phrase is just, I get it.
It's so much more natural than I understand.
I understand, it's very logical, it's binary, yes or no, but I get it suggests empathy. It suggests something clicked.
I get it.
It's almost like you've caught the idea. It's connected to that receive meaning, really.
Yeah.
You have received the concept.
And on the flip side, I don't get it is a safe way to admit confusion.
It is. If you say, I do not understand, it can sound a bit formal or even aggressive depending on the tone.
It puts up a wall.
It does. But I don't get it.
Yeah.
It sounds like you were trying to participate but just missed the connection. It invites explanation. It's collaborative.
And then there's the phrase, don't get me wrong, I use this constantly.
Oh, that's a classic. Don't get me wrong. I like the movie, but
It's a disclaimer, basically.
it is. It means, please do not misunderstand my intention. It's very useful for softening a critique or a difficult opinion.
It signals to the listener, hey, I am on your side, but I have a counterpoint.
Exactly. Now, within this category of experience and understanding, the source material brings up a slightly more advanced structure.
Okay.
The passive get. This is get plus a past participle.
This is where you move from intermediate to advanced sounding speech.
Absolutely. The passive get. This structure usually describes something happening to the subject, often unexpectedly.
Give us some examples of that.
Get invited, get hired, or on the negative side, get fired.
He got fired.
Notice the nuance there. You could say, he was fired. That is the standard passive voice using the verb to be.
Right.
But he got fired adds a sense of event, of action. It feels more immediate and sometimes more personal. It has more impact.
It does. It implies more of a story.
It does. Think about my car was stolen versus my car got stolen. Got stolen sounds like a violation. It sounds like bad luck that hit you personally.
Was stolen sounds like a fact for the insurance company.
Exactly. One is emotional, one is factual. And there's one more structure here that is super productive, especially in a professional context.
And that is,
Get something done.
I need to get the report done.
This signals task completion. It implies motivation and overcoming obstacles. It's not just doing the report. It's ensuring it reaches the state of finished.
It's very results-oriented language. You hear this in business all the time. Let's get this done. We need to get this project finished by Friday.
It shifts the focus from the process of doing to the final result. It's a very powerful tool.
Okay, so we have covered the 4 pillars. Receive, become, arrive, understand. That is the core map.
The foundation.
But we can't talk about get without talking about the bonus tools, the phrasal
Or
verbs.
the phrasal verbs. This is the Wild West of English, in a way.
Yeah.
This is where get combines with a preposition to create an entirely new meaning.
And it often has nothing to do with the original 4 pillars.
Nothing at all.
These are the ones that you just have to memorize, right? There's no magic trick here.
To an extent, yes. But they are so frequent that they stick pretty quickly if you just pay attention. You don't need to sit with flashcards.
You just need to spot them in context.
Exactly.
Let's run through the essentials listed in our source. We can do a rapid-fire round.
Let's do it.
Get up,
Wake up or stand up from a chair. I get up at 7, the start of the day.
get along.
Relationship harmony. I get along with my neighbors.
Mm.
It means we have a good, friendly relationship.
Okay. Get
Yeah.
over.
Recovery. This is a big one emotionally, whether it's a cold or a broken heart. I need to get over this flu. She needs to get over her ex.
It implies climbing over a wall and moving on.
That's a great visualization. Climbing over the obstacle.
How about get rid of?
Removal. Discarding something. I need to get rid of these old shoes. It implies you are burdened by something and you want it gone.
Get in touch.
Communication initiation.
Huh.
I'll get in touch with you next week. It's a little softer than I will contact you.
Right, get together.
Socializing. Let's get together for coffee. It means to meet together.
Get back to.
This is a huge corporate one.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good question. Let me get back to you on that.
Yeah.
It means I will return with an answer later.
A polite way to stall for time.
Exactly. And finally,
Yeah.
get out of
Avoidance.
escaping an obligation.
I'm trying to get out of that meeting on Friday. It implies wriggling free from a trap.
It's incredible when you list them like that. It's like get is the glue holding our social and professional lives together.
It really is. And the source has this micro story that synthesizes them. Let me try to read it, and you tell me how it sounds to a native ear.
Go for it.
I got up late, but I still got to work on time. I got a message from my friend, and we decided to get together. Later, I'll get back to you with the details.
See, it's dense with get, but that sounds perfectly rhythmic and natural. It doesn't sound repetitive at all.
It sounds like a normal Tuesday.
It does. Now, if you use the formal synonyms, I arose late but arrived at work on time. I received a message and we decided to meet.
Ugh, it sounds like a 19th century novel.
It sounds like you were wearing a tuxedo to a picnic. You're trying too hard. The get version is the Swiss Army knife in action. Efficient, quick, functional.
This brings us perfectly to the style guide section of our deep dive, the tone shift.
Yes.
We've touched on this, but let's explicitly compare formal versus natural English. This is the upgrade for a lot of learners.
It is, because learners often think that big words equal better English.
That complexity equals fluency.
Right. But actually, appropriate words equal better English. Sometimes the simple word is the sophisticated choice because it fits the context perfectly.
So let's do a quick comparison. I'll give you the formal sentence, the textbook version, and you give me the natural native speaker version.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
Formal. I received your email.
Natural. I got your email.
Formal. She became nervous before the presentation.
Natural. She got nervous before the presentation.
Formal. We arrived at the office at 9.
Natural. We got to the office at 9.
Formal. I understand your point.
Natural. I get your point. Or even just, I get it.
Okay, one more. Formal. He was invited to the party.
Natural. He got invited to the party.
It's so clear when you hear them side by side. The second version in every case is warmer. It's closer.
It is. But there is a warning here, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Context is king.
So it's not always better.
It's not always better.
Mm.
If you're writing a cover letter for a job application or a formal complaint to an airline or an academic essay, stick to the formal verbs.
Use, receive, become, arrive.
Yes, get can be too casual for those specific documents. You don't want to tell a prospective employer, I really want to get this job. You say, I am writing to apply for the position.
But for speaking, for texting, for chatting with colleagues.
Get is the winner. Hands down, every time.
One common mistake the source mentions is specifically about marriage. This is a classic get versus be confusion.
Ah, yes. Marry versus get married. You often hear learners say something like, he is going to marry with her, or just, he will marry next year.
He will marry is grammatically okay, but it sounds...
It sounds biblical. It sounds like a decree from a king, he shall marry.
Right.
In everyday life, we treat marriage as a change of state, a major life event.
So it fits the become pillar.
It fits the become pillar perfectly. They are becoming married. So we say, they are getting married.
And the same logic for the other stages?
Exactly. Getting engaged, getting married, getting divorced. It's a process. It's an event that changes your legal and social status.
We're coming to the end of our deep dive, and I want to leave our listeners with the challenge from the source material. It's a way to prove you've mastered the 4 pillars.
The narrative challenge. This is a great exercise. The goal is to construct a single sentence or maybe a short story that uses all 4 core meanings.
All 4. Receive, become, arrive, understand.
All 4.
It's like a tongue twister, but
Okay.
for your brain.
Okay.
So let's build one together right now.
Okay. Let's start with receive. Today, I got a message.
Okay, that's pillar 1. Now become, and I'm getting tired.
Pillar 2. Perfect. Now arrive, because I got to work so early.
Pillar 3. And finally, understand. But now I get why it was so important.
Pillar 4. There it is. Let's put it all together.
Today I got a message, and I'm getting tired because I got work so early, but now I get why it was so important.
If you can say that fluently, and you understand why you used get 4 different ways, you have graduated from the Get Academy.
It's such a cool way to visualize the flexibility of the language. You don't need 4 different tools.
You just need to know how to use your Swiss Army knife.
So what is the key takeaway for our listeners today? If they only remember one thing.
It means you can relax.
Yeah.
You don't need 1,000 words to describe your day. You need this one tool used correctly. And the secret is, don't translate. Spot the pattern.
The word after get.
Exactly. Is it a thing? Is it an adjective? Is it a place? That's your map. Follow the map, and the meaning is clear.
I love it. Simple, actionable, and effective. Next time, we are going to dive into another multi-meaning giant. We're going to look at the word take.
Oh, that's a good one.
Take a break, take a bus, take time.
That's going to be a fun one. Take has its own set of rules that are just as tricky, if not trickier sometimes.
But for now, here is a final thought to mull over. We talked about get as receiving, becoming, arriving, and understanding. These are all fairly, passive or transitional.
Interesting.
But what about a phrase like, go get 'em, or even, I'm gonna get you? It implies attack or encouragement or pursuit. It captures a certain aggressive energy that none of the other 4 pillars quite touch.
That's a great point.
It makes you wonder, is get actually the most aggressive verb in our language, just hidden in plain sight?
That is a provocative thought. It definitely has teeth when it wants to.
Something to think about. Thanks for listening to The Deep Dive. Go out there and get confident with your English.
We'll see you next time.